Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. My special guest today, Corin Nemec. He is joining me from, I think, Florida, and he just recently got married. And I keep reminding myself, I want to say congratulations on that, Corin. It's amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Here, yeah. So once I had a film school professor who started the class out by saying to me, "I'm going to ruin movies for you." So my question to you, Corin, is: was there a I know you started acting pretty young and it was your choice, as we talked about in the first segment, but was there a before and an after moment for you in film? Meaning, were you a fan of movies before you entered the industry as a kid? And then what was it like after you began experiencing movie making on your own as an actor or behind the scenes? Did it ruin it for you?
Yeah, a quick story on that. Both my mother and father were in the arts and entertainment business. They met in college at the University of Arkansas. My father was studying architecture. My mom was studying graphic design. Granted, they both went in opposite directions shortly after college. My mom ended up in Atlanta working in the music business and theater business as a graphic designer, working with Standing Room Only, which was a huge promotional company down there in the late 70s and early 80s, bringing in bands like Hall & Oates and Jay Giles Band and Leonard Skinner and Chicago and my gosh, who else did we see? I got to see Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, and I mean, you name it, we went and we were always seeing concerts and stuff. So I got to grow up doing that, going into the green room, meeting a lot of cool rock stars and stuff. It was pretty rad. And then she went on to work in the theater business for the Fox Theater in Atlanta, which is owned by the Nederlander company, which also owns the Pantages Theater in Los Angeles and owns theaters all over the U.S. My father went on from being an architect, a legitimate architect from an architectural firm in Arkansas, in Little Rock, to Los Angeles. And from there, he met some people in the film business, and he became a set designer because they don't have a lot of well-trained architects in set design and production design. I don't know. So he flew through the ranks very quickly, and he was a assistant art director on the movie Goonies, which was the movie that made me want to become an actor. So growing up, I used to go backstage with my mom, whether it be plays or rock bands or whatever. Me and my sister would fly out to LA and see my dad, and we'd go on sets. We went on one of the first shows that he worked on was the TV show V. He was one of the set designers on V, and we got to go check out the sets on V and the spaceships and all of that. So I understood, what it was to make films and do the performances and all of that. I knew that I was already an artist myself, and I just didn't know which direction I was going to go in terms of what art I was going to choose. And when I saw the movie Goonies, and I realized that those kids were just acting and it was all pretend, but I saw the sets that they were on and all the fun that they got to have, and what excitement that was, and what a joy that business is. That I was like, that I have to do that. I have to do that before I'm grown up. I have to do that now. I have to manifest that. I have to figure that out. And then the story that I told earlier occurred. My mom transferred from the Fox Theater in Atlanta to the Pantages Theater in Hollywood. We lived in Studio City. My school, Walter Reed, I went to school with David Van Gorder, who was Waldo in the Hot for Teacher video. And then I got into the acting class and so on.
So it hasn't ruined it for you then. You're saying there's still
it makes it more exciting. It's even more fun knowing that it's all make believe. I mean, God, do I really want to be, like in Stargate, for instance, like stuck out in 48 below temperatures in Antarctica, freezing to death? Or do I want to actually be on a set that's just cooled down low enough to see your breath and it's all fake snow? I'm going to go with the fake snow, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, and you're a movie maker. I mean, you're the writer, you're the actor, you're producer, you do all these different things in the business and control a lot of your projects. And some sort of another thing that that same professor said was a good movie is a happy mistake. Do you agree with that idea? That it's
not really.
I mean, it's a lot of hard work, but does it always turn out You know what I mean? He says
A
cynical,
good movie
obviously.
is a good movie is a good movie because the script translated well and had a great director, cinematographer, and a stellar cast and all of that, and all of the puzzle pieces came together because it was well thought out, well planned, and mission accomplished. You know, you don't have any good movies by accident. You have movies that do well by accident, and they're not very good, but because of marketing, this, that, the other, timing or trend or something else, you know, people flock to go see it. And then years later, they're like, yeah, that thing was a piece of crap.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
All right. We got to take another quick break.
Another
Corin
break.
Nemec, he's an actor, producer, writer, graffiti artist. I want you to check out his art on at the 169 on Instagram. His new movie is Dead Man's Hand. We're going to talk about it next. Is really great. You got to see it. It's streaming, available on, let's go, Apple TV, Amazon Prime. You can find it on a lot of other streaming channels as well. It was released just a couple months ago. It's a gunslinger teams up with a marshal to save his kidnapped wife from a ruthless mayor and his private army. This is a good popcorn movie. Check it out on Instagram at I'm Corin Nemec. And again, at the 169 on Instagram. We'll be right back.